Excuse me, I just burped. So unladylike. I'm filming outside, which is why you hear a bunch of traffic noise. Hopefully it doesn't bother some of you. Maybe it does. I don't know, but here goes. It's a beautiful day and I wanted to spend it outside because I'm off today. So your girl graduated the police academy and now is a full-fledged police officer. I have my patrol car in my driveway, so that's really cool. And I am an FTO. I passed stage 1 and stage 2 starts on Friday. But this video is not about that. This video is about the second half of the academy, the do's and don'ts, and what I thought about the police academy as a whole. The last I left was a little bit over halfway done with the academy. So from that point to about 3 weeks before graduation, it was us getting ready for practical week. Think of practical week as the final exam. So we did more classes, we did more scenarios, practicals, like a bunch of stuff to get us ready for practical week. We also got issued new handguns, so we had to re-qualify because our academy class came in when they had the Glock 40, and then they made the switch, and the department made the switch to the 9mm, so we had to re-qualify. My score went up significantly. I actually scored 94%, so that's great. The academy was awful. We got punished a lot, got screamed at a lot. There was a lot of learning. Practical week, or hell week, as everybody referred to it, including like the training staff, was 8 days from 1 to 10 p.m. and we had to pass 18 practicals. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a class of 18 people, it legitimately took us all of the 8 days until 5 p.m. that last day for all of us to get through all of the practicals and pass them all. So the practicals included anything from the lower end, as far as doing warrant services and death notifications and shoplifting, all the way up to dealing with vandalism to robberies and running code and everything in between. I actually enjoyed practical week because I finally was able to put everything that we had learned into practice. So it's very hands-on, as realistic as they could make it, given the fact that we were still in a controlled setting. It was a very hellish week, and it lived up to its name as Hell Week. After practical week, it was kind of like we were all on autopilot. So a new class had started, and our training staff kind of was just like, all right, you're about to graduate. We don't really need to yell at you anymore. You're almost police officers. So they kind of left us alone, which was great. And it was mostly admin stuff. We talked about deferred compensation, and we talked about benefits, and talked about peer support. We also got issued our cars. We got issued our utility uniforms. So we have our Class A's and Class B's, which is cool. So that was the academy in a nutshell afterwards. It was still awful. I remember graduation practice, our training officer was like, what's the best day of the academy so far? And I was like, today, sir. And they all laughed as if it was a joke, but I was honestly serious. Graduation day was by far my favorite part of the academy. It meant that I no longer had to see these people. By these people, I mean the training staff. It meant that I no longer had to brace a wall, because it's very paramilitary. I no longer had to say sir, yes sir, or the greeting of the day or anything like that. It just felt really good not to be in the academy anymore. On to the do's and don'ts of the academy. Do you have a good attitude? Do you know that in terms of your career as a law enforcement officer, this is a blink of an eye? It's 34 weeks, and at the beginning, it's going to seem like an eternity before you're done, but I guarantee you it goes by faster than you think. I remember my first day being scared and just not knowing what I had gotten myself into, but I'm so glad I stuck it out, because being a police officer and being on the road is everything that I had hoped for. Do make friends with the people in your class, because they're the ones that you're going to rely on, and they're going to rely on you. Don't be an idiot. Don't invite unwanted attention to yourself by being a know-it-all or being arrogant or doing anything stupid. Do work out. They're not looking for you to be the fastest runner or the strongest person or the smartest, for that matter, but they just want to know that you're trying, and you're trying to better your best. Keep yourself in check, and do realize why you began in the first place, and let that drive you. Yeah. Hopefully you guys were able to hear me through this traffic noise, but it's so beautiful outside, and I didn't want to film inside. I really wanted to just sit out here. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. If you have any questions, any video suggestions, I'll gladly take them. I will be doing a video about the FTO process because I'm done with stage 1, but I want to wait until like I've got all 4 stages underneath my belt and I'm like on the road by myself before I make a video about the FTO process, because I need to know, I'd like to have all my ducks in a row before I upload a video about FTO. What's the point of uploading it if it's just 2 weeks into it, you know? Thank you guys for watching, and again, I will see you guys when I see you next time. Bye guys.